Well, welcome back, and I'm delighted to have with me the producer, the executive producer of Focus Today, Polina is with me. And I've asked her to come on the show today. As you know, we're in the middle of our year-end appeal. We're about 50% there,
which is great,
for our goal.
Yeah.
We're happy about that. You know, it's just a little nervous, but you know, we'll get through there. But I wanted you to come on today because I get so many comments about the guests you get me to interview. And they said, where do you get those people? And I said, Polina does. How does she do it? I don't know. She just charms them into coming on the air. and I just wanted people to know that how much I appreciate you, but the involvement you have in getting these guests. And I think it was late November, which isn't too long ago, I passed the 21,000 mark.
Wow.
21,000 interviews in 43 years.
Yeah. You know, just looking at the folder of all the guests we've had on Focus Today, and you've started interviewing people decades ago, so
right.
That account started earlier. But around 2012, we started Focus Today. Mm-hmm. And the whole idea was to create some kind of a forum, a place where we can we can talk to people, we can have in-depth conversations, and have a variety of guests. So I never know what's going to be on the show. You don't really know what's going to be on the show either. Right. And so that was the idea, and we're still working on it. We're getting new guests. More and more people want to be on the Dove. And the beauty of it is that God uses all these interviews to speak to people. And, you know, just like any other marketplace of ideas, it's different. We don't always agree with our guests. I don't agree with most of the guests I schedule, but they are experts, they are well-researched people, they're interesting, and you know, I challenge those who listen or watch us, if you don't agree, go and study. Yeah. Go deeper in your Bible, talk to your pastor or your priest. You know, watch more than just headlines on Instagram, because in our day and age, we have so many voices of authority that are not really an authority. Right. And so we need to be a little more responsible for the information we take in and the information we put out. So Focus Today hopefully challenges you to think about these things and to go deeper into your beliefs.
Well, very well said. And we're at that time of the year where we're asking you to prayerfully consider supporting the Dove. This is the time of the year where you know, I told Peggy last night, I said I read 4 contracts today, and I have like 6 more on my desk to read today. Wow. You know, and so what they are, the contracts where we have to renew tower leases and things like that. So we have a year-end goal of $223,000. Let me say, every penny of that goes to just the operations of what's going on here, technically, about tower leases and equipment that is needed. And yesterday we crossed the 50% mark, so we're halfway there, and we're grateful for that. But I think Focus Today is another thing that I wanted to highlight today, because this program is being recognized across the country now. In fact, one day a week, is it 1 or 2? One day a week, it's on satellite on the NRB.
Yeah.
Channel.
It's amazing how God has been using it. And you know, as I was getting ready for the show, I've been thinking about what I'm going to say, how profound I'm going to be. Father Seraphim came to mind, late Father Seraphim Cardoza, who was building a church out in Rogue River and built a beautiful temple. Yeah. But I remember his internal struggle, because on one side he knew that he needs to trust God, that God will provide and he's going to build. But on the other side, he needed help. And it was always that battle where you know God is going to help, but you also have to go and ask people. And in a way, that was a blessing to the community to be part of that ministry. And Father, in his humility, in his obedience, he went out, he asked for help, and people came. And the same thing here. For as long as I remember, we've had to ask for money, and it's always uncomfortable. And it always is that internal struggle. How do we do it? Because we know it's going to be okay. And yet we need to go out there and ask. And I think it is a blessing for people, because they get to be part of this ministry. And it's a beautiful thing.
Well, it is. And it is tough to ask. I mean, I remember it's probably been 10, 12, 15 years ago where we used to do these 3-day share-a-thons and everything. And I remember the Lord speaking to me one day, and I don't hear audible voices, but you know when the Lord's trying to tell you something. You just sense it in all your senses and in your spirit, that I was not to do that anymore and to trust him. And we haven't held one in 12 years, 15 years, I think it's been that long. And we just put the need out there and trust the Lord. But to your point is, you struggle with the reality of the need, and then you struggle with the faith part of it. Is, do you really believe what you believe? And I can say this, if you come in and see the Dove, all of this is a result of faith. And the check that I've had in my spirit over the last month or so is, it's not about what we've built here. These are just tools. It's not about this big screen behind us or those cameras or the new equipment we put in the control. All those are just tools and things. And I'm being checked again. I feel this quite often, and you know that because I talked to you about it. Is the message of the Dove pure? Is it trustworthy? Mm-hmm. You know, and I really struggle with that, because in today's world, there's so many pulls to go this way, say that, have this person on. You know me well enough to know that who I will and will not interview.
Right, there are guardrails.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we do go and we interview people that we don't always see eye to eye.
Right.
But the audience may benefit from that conversations, and so we do it. I want to add to the point you made, because this is a great point about, it's not about tools, it's not about towers, equipment, salaries, utility bills. All that has to be paid, but it's about so much more. You know, we have these beautiful Christmas trees here, and many of our audience members have Christmas trees in their homes, and we're going to be celebrating Christ's birth tomorrow, glorifying him. But there will be many parents out there crying themselves to sleep because they lost a child this year. There are going to be people who've maybe found a terminal diagnosis right before Christmas, and they know this is their last one. And so our hope is that God will reach them, and he'll give them hope, and he'll give them one more day, just a little more air to breathe so they can make it through the day. And we don't know how he does it, through a friend, a neighbor, a church, and the Dove. The Dove is always there too. And Michael talked about it yesterday. We don't know how these miracles happen, but tomorrow someone is going to turn on the Dove, and they're going to get that one glimmer of hope. And I get emotional about it because we get those letters all the time.
Well,
and they're going to keep going. And we don't know what's going on. Even in the most beautiful homes, there's so much darkness and so much pain. And God uses the Dove. And that's what it's about. That's why you give. That's how you can be part of this ministry.
You said it, that's beautiful. Because I've often said the miracle that takes place at the Dove is God matches the content of a program or a song or something, both radio, TV, or even in the devotional, with that person's need. Now they'll say, well, I just happened to tune in, what a coincidence. Well, we don't believe in coincidence. Those are divine appointments. I say coincidence is God's way of staying anonymous. But he'll match that contact. That's the miracle that constantly takes place. And that underscores the scripture that the Lord gave us, or gave me quite a few years ago, and it's found in Romans 10:20. It says this, I was found by those who were not seeking me, and I manifested my love to those who didn't even ask. In other words, they tune in. They're not even looking for God. They find him. And in the midst of that moment, he manifests their love to them. That's the mission of the Dove. We're out there on all these media platforms for that one moment where somebody happens to tune in or connect at that moment. That's the miracle. And we need your help to do that. The phone number is there on the screen. You can call anytime, 541-776-5368. Or online there at theDove.us, and that's safe and secure. So we're about 50% of our goal, and we're going to trust the Lord for that. What's ahead for the Dove is not bigness, it's impact.
Yeah. And
that's what it is. We have opportunity to go on other stations. We have opportunity. We have to improve some equipment around here. We have to move some things around. It's not about that. Those are the tools to provide the impact.
And you know, one of the things we've always tried to do is stand beside the ministries here locally. And there's so many of them you can be part of, where you donate a turkey or help a homeless person or a young mother. But then maybe you didn't get to do it this year. Maybe just time went by and here it is, it's Christmas and you want to bless someone. Well, again, the Dove is a kind of ministry where you can be part of it. Yes, you're not going to see the impact most likely. You're not going to know who you help impact, but there will be one because that's the way God has worked in this ministry for decades. So I want to encourage you, if you've been thinking about blessing someone this Christmas, to partner with us, because that's how you can be part of an amazing way God touches people and again gives them hope and gives them healing and whatever else they need in their lives. So
all right, the phone number is 541-776-5368, and then the website, which is safe and secure, at theDove.us, and you can go online with that. We got letters yesterday from Boise, we got letters from San Francisco, we got letters from Arizona, we got letters from North Carolina. I got one from New York. We don't know where the Dove's going. We're online. We're on Roku. We're on Apple. We're on all these television and radio stations outlets. I don't know where it's going anymore.
Yeah.
But God makes that match all the time.
And I hope people, when they reach to us, I hope that they will let us know what they like, what they don't like, because that helps us improve. And if you're watching Focus today, if you're one of the fans of the show, or if you can't stand it, I challenge you.
Yeah, let us know.
Be part of it. And when you do give, when you show us your support, let us know the programs, the guests you like, some things you'd like us to improve, because we love to hear from our audience. And this is going to be a wonderful year. I believe it, and I pray that God will bless us and bless you. And so I want to challenge my audience, my Focus Today audience, to call and be part of our ministry, because we are doing it all together.
All right, 541-776-5368 or online at theDove.us. One quick question. What is your traditions for today? You'll go to church tonight.
Yeah, we have an evening service, beautiful 3-hour service.
3 hours.
You can come for 20 minutes, you can come for 3 hours, but you'll definitely be blessed afterwards. And then we have a liturgy in the morning and a feast.
And your favorite food?
Anything that has everything we didn't eat, because we fasted. Prior to Nativity, we fast. We don't eat certain foods, but really it's not about food, it's about Christ and fellowship.
All right.
So Christ is born, everyone.
Thank you so much. Merry Christmas, everybody.